declare open this graduation ceremony. Please be seated. Graduating students, guests and staff of the university, it's a great pleasure to welcome you today to this graduation ceremony as Vice-Chancellor of Ulster University. The role of Vice-Chancellor is very diverse, but it has its challenges, but these are greatly outweighed by the pleasure I get as an educator and a teacher to see the success of Ulster students as they progress through their studies to the realisation of those years of hard work in these graduation ceremonies, the highlight of the university calendar. Congratulations to all of you who walk across the stage today, and to all those members of family and friends who've supported you through these years. Recent years have rightly seen a significant debate in higher education about the importance of student experience, your experience, and ensuring that those who come to university not only benefit from an excellent education, but also enjoy the rewards to be drawn from our dynamic and vibrant interactions on campus. Leaving here today, you'll be exploring different routes for your future. Some of you will go into employment, some will remain in education, some will go back to your communities to apply your knowledge and skills to advance the economic, social and cultural lives of those communities. A very real civic contribution. But before you leave, I think it's worth reflecting on the concept of student experience for a few moments. It is, of course, not one thing. It will be many different things to each of you. And let me start by saying that I firmly believe that students are and must be at the centre of university life, working in partnership with academics and professional staff, not only to develop through all-embracing student experience, but also to build a university that plays its role in communities that it is part of. As Vice-Chancellor, I take great pride in this university and in its students and its staff. In my view, it is a credit to this university that it provides the students with a superb range of facilities and activities to enable them to make the most of their university days. As you graduate today from the university, it's also my firm hope that you look back on a student experience that has been challenging, rewarding, and transformational in its impact on your lives. When I talk about student experience, I do realise it means very different things to each and every one of you. And in describing his experience, Stephen Fry once said, "Lectures broke into one's day and were very clearly a terrible waste of time. Necessary, no doubt, if you are reading law or medicine or some other vocational subject, but in the case of English, the natural thing to do was to talk a lot, listen to music, drink coffee and wine, read books and go to plays." I and the university appreciate that there are a myriad of student experiences. I hope none of them, in fact I'm sure none of them are a waste of time while you're at Ulster University, and it's our desire to see every one of you as unique, but to ensure that each of you is delivered the same level of excellence in everything that we do. And it's so easy to say the word experience without making any real effort to understand what it actually means. Is it about the process of being a student? And if so, what's more important? Teaching, research, facilities like accommodation, bars, sports facilities, nightlife, developing relationships? Is it about winning a place at a highly ranked university or getting a good job? For you, it may be some of these, it may be all of them, it may be none of them. To me, all of these things are important, but what we must ensure is that the individual student and the student body remain at our centre. One thing is absolutely clear to me. Student life is not about being a statistic and a number on a piece of paper. When statistics become too important, then I am of the view that university life starts to lose its soul. The risk is that statistics will become a substitute for judgment and personal engagement. The danger is that one-size-fits-all approach will emerge and the diversity of the student experience will be lost. We'll forget that students come for different reasons, part-time students to improve their careers, young students just out of A-level coming to experience not only the academic environment, but also the wider experience of life. We do not believe that that is this university. We believe in engaging with potential students and their families before they've even begun to think about university. We are committed to developing and maintaining a lifelong relationship with our students and our graduates. And while it may be popular among the sector to consider students as customers or consumers, Ulster sees its students as individuals, as friends and as part of a family. As students, you should expect high standards. But yes, of course, that's true, but we are here, believe that the centre of the student life is a relationship, a mutually beneficial relationship between student and university. A life experience where student, university and staff live together and grow together. A true university education is about facilitating students. And as the great actor and graduate of the university, Ian McClellan, might have said, it's to facilitate our students to try and understand what part you have to play in the world in which you live. There's more to life than you know, and it's happening all out there. Discover what part you can play in it, and then go for it. Now, of course, social life is part of student life and takes many forms, and it's equally true that students individually and collectively through the student body shape the university and shape the campus in which you live and work. The university can provide facilities, but there is a central role for you as individuals and your successors in providing the life and soul of the university. Patterns of student life may have changed, technology may provide new ways of communication, economic conditions may mean that some of you have to supplement your income through work while you are doing your studies. I know our colleagues in the Students' Union are developing and supporting students within this new context. Nonetheless, what has not changed is that the fundamental learning and development relation between the student and university. A relationship, I believe, that's absolutely central to this institution. And on a serious note, those of you graduating today are acutely aware that your successors, the young people coming after you, may not have the opportunity to avail of the excellent education and learning that you've benefited from. You are aware that even during your time at university, due to cutbacks in government investment in our young people, we have had to reduce the number of students we are able to take into this university by 1,200. This region invests over £2,000 per year less in each individual student than anywhere else in the United Kingdom. And over the last 6 years, the amount we've had to invest in our students and in our university has been reduced by £60 million. Queen's University finds itself in exactly the same predicament. As a university, we are working hard to convince government of the importance of investing in higher education for young people. At a time when we need more skilled and more talented people, we are offering less opportunity. I urge you to join us in helping to ensure that your younger siblings, friends, indeed your own children, when the time comes, do not have to leave this island to fulfil their educational potential. We talk proudly of the university family, and as a family we must come together to ensure that others have the same opportunities to join the family as you. Please be an ambassador for this university, for higher education, and above all, for future generations of young people. And finally, on a more celebratory note, can I genuinely congratulate you all. Thank you for the great pride and hope that you give me as Vice-Chancellor and this university, and I wish you every success with whatever you do in your life. And I'd just like to finish with a quote. Personally, I'm an optimist, but more than that, I'm hopeful. So I hope you'll, all these words that I leave you with from Seamus Heaney will have some resonance. Hope is not optimism, which expects things to turn out well, but something rooted in the conviction there is good work worth doing. Thank you very much. Congratulations on your wonderful achievements, and I hope you enjoy your day today. And I look forward to shaking your hand as you cross the stage. In accordance with the wishes of the Senate, and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I have conferred honorary degrees, and other academic distinctions of the University of Ulster on those named in the conferment list approved by the Senate. I call upon Professor O'Connell to present Patrick Yu for the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws. Vice-Chancellor.
It is a pleasure to introduce Patrick Yu in recognition of his outstanding and sustained contribution to public life and Northern Irish society over decades. Patrick holds an Honours Diploma Social Work from the Hong Kong Baptist University, and later he undertook a 4-year law degree at Queen's University of Belfast. He then secured a postgraduate diploma in legal practice, and he has also studied on a course run by Ulster University's Transitional Justice Institute. Over decades, Patrick has dedicated himself to public service. He has served on boards with the Department of Social Development and as a commissioner with the Northern Ireland Human Rights Commission, as well as being a member of the Commission for Racial Equality. He has contributed to civil society, serving with leading organizations including the Law Centre and the Committee on the Administration of Justice. He is the former Executive Director of NISOM, the Northern Ireland Council for Ethnic Minorities. Internationally, he has worked with the United Nations, the Council of Europe, and the European Union. Patrick chaired the opening session of the Council of Europe Non-Governmental Organization Forum on Racism, the European process of the UN World Conference on Racism and Xenophobia in 2000. Patrick was also appointed as Legal Caucus Rapporteur at the Non-Governmental Organization Forum of the UN World Conference Against Racism, Racial Discrimination, Xenophobia, and Related Intolerance in Durban in 2001. Appropriately enough for someone receiving a doctorate of laws, Patrick has helped secure important changes in the law in Northern Ireland and further afield. In 1993, he was one of 3 delegates who went to the United Nations Committee on Racial Discrimination and presented a case that in Northern Ireland there was no legal protection against racial discrimination. Britain had had such a law since the 1976 Race Relations Act. In response, the United Nations requested the British government to have a full timetable to implement a law on racial discrimination in its next report. Through years of further lobbying, the then Standing Advisory Committee on Human Rights, the Equal Opportunity Commission, the Fair Employment Commission, the trade unions ICTU and Unison were the main supporters of such a law. The law at last was introduced in 1997, 21 years after the equivalent British Act. This is almost exactly the same as the British 1976 Race Relations Act, except that we have a strong clause to protect travellers' nomadic way of life. Patrick's ambitions have not been limited to changing the law in Northern Ireland. He has also helped change European law, providing important protections for 500 million people across the continent. Patrick was involved with the Starting Line group campaign for an EU directive on racial and religious discrimination. When he was the chair of the group, they produced a draft directive on racial and religious discrimination with the support of civil society. Over 300 non-governmental organizations endorsed the proposal. And the Starting Line proposal became the cornerstone of the European Union's Racial Equality Directive. As a result, Patrick became the advisor to the European Commission during the negotiation of the directive. This was passed in June 2000 and required the prohibition of racial discrimination throughout the European Union. Patrick was appointed as a member of the Single Equality Bill panel for Northern Ireland in 2003 to advise the government on new equality legislation in light of the European Union's equality directives. As a result of his strong working relationship with the European Union's Directorate on Employment, which had introduced the Racial Equality Directive, Patrick became a deal broker between the then Office of First Minister and Deputy First Minister and the Directorate regarding an exemption for the Patent 50/50 policing recruitment under the General Framework Directive on Equality, which covers discrimination on grounds of religion, belief, disability, age, and sexual orientation. It was quite exceptional for a regional government to have an exemption under European Union law. Patrick strongly lobbied the European Commission that if the patent recruitment policy collapsed, so would the Belfast or Good Friday Agreement, and the heavy investment from the Commission through the Peace and Reconciliation Fund, in addition to the structural and regional funding programme. In these different incidents, we see Patrick's unwavering dedication to equality and human rights, to all parts of the community in which we live, and to the notion of European and indeed global citizenship. Vice-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present Patrick Yu for the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Patrick Yu, in the name of the Senate, I present to you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. I now call upon Professor Durkin, Executive Dean of the Ulster University Business School, to present candidates.
Vice-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, I present to you candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Business Development and Innovation, Mark Allinson. Tracy McTiernan. The degree of Master of Science in Management and Corporate Governance, Nikki Mamazulu. Timothy McCall. Akeleshwari Servandasingh. Laura McKinney. David Bannon. Anne-Marie Brennan. Jade Crawford. Elizabeth Rose Graham. The degree of Master of Science in Executive Leadership, Aisling Costello. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Business Studies and Diploma in International Academic Studies, Mark Bowers. Leona Sansom. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Culinary Arts Management and Diploma in International Academic Studies, Conor Joseph McDevitt. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in International Hospitality Management and Diploma in International Academic Studies, Grace Ray. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Marketing and Diploma in International Academic Studies, Matthew Gamble. Adam McCoy. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Business Studies and Diploma in Professional Practice, Joanna Burns. Farah Hassan. Philip Hull. Laura Elise Jones. Luke Kelly. Kaylee Catherine Malone. Ian Shannon. Kira Watson. Carolyn Dorothy Wilson. Rachel Catherine Ball. Emer Campbell. Glennie Crimble. Stephanie Dool. Connor Eakin. Maria Grogan. Jordan Maxwell. Luke McBride. Shane McBride. Mark McLean. Hannah McInhill. Thomas Patrick Samuel McGarrigle. Sean McGonigal. Emma McKernan. Laura McMahon. Laura Monaghan. Ian Montgomery. Aisling Muller. Kiva Strain. Brendan Toner. Nicole Tully. April K. Yambo. Laura Hillen. Daniel Morris Laverty. Rebecca Musson. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Culinary Arts Management and Diploma in Professional Practice, Patricia Hart. Ronan McGarvey. Cassandra Leona Mpofu. Jae-Yun Lenman. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Human Resource Management and Diploma in Professional Practice, Craig Faulkner. Lauren Fellows. Stuart Harkin. Adam Hillis. Joanne Mullen. Shannon Leon O'Neill. Holly Smith. Shannon Stanfield. Catherine Bradley. Nadine Callahan. Niamh Cassidy. Kirsty Susanna Coyle. Aaron Dodsworth. Maria Doran. Tiernan Fee. Alexandra Maria Fergie. Gillian Jean Ferguson. Sean Frizzell. Michelle Gollagley. Victoria Gracie. Niamh Gribben. Julie Ann Heaney. Lauren Kelly. Hannah McAlevey. Peter Francis McElroy. Richard McErlean. Rosina McKinney. Robert McMullen. Daniel McMurtry. Rebecca Moss. Connor Murdoch. Sarah O'Connor. Hannah Quinn. Stephen Rennigan. Harley Ross. Matthew Smith. Kevin Sweeney. Keelan Vallely. Shauna Waters. Hannah Bishop. Lauren Connolly. Grania McGurk. Brian McManus. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in International Hospitality Management and Diploma in Professional Practice, Ashley Baxter. Pierce Heath. Laura McKee. Simon Newman. Naomi Margaret Ash. Rachel Marie Bunting. Matthew Delargy. Stephen John Downey. Natalie Gordon. Sarah Louise Hamill. Macaulay Liseski. Neve Michael. Lauren Emily Murphy. Sandra Pollock. Philip Ribnicki. Ryan Todd. Joanna Margaret Donnelly. Rachel Teresa Lenahan. Christopher James Leslie Lockhart. Melissa McBurney. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Marketing and Diploma in Professional Practice, Lauren Beggs. Victoria Boyle. Lauren Carruthers. Kevin Kelly. Karen Margaret Malone. Sarah Miri Matson. Nicola McAdam. Jade McGeary. Catherine McCune. Angela McQuillan. Maria Rice, Megan Semple, Catherine Shine, Linda Surface, Ashley Yukar, Tiernan Bean, David Patrick Bradley, Rachel Campbell, Owen Carlin, Adam William Dixon, David Dinsmore, Kieran Doherty, Lauren Torrey Huey, Rachel McGee, Michael Paul McCann, Lorcan Daniel McGrath, Dylan Gerald Murdoch, Andrew Joseph Ritchie, Joel Paul Woods. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Business Studies and Diploma in Professional Practice International, Gavin Dolan. Katrina Suzanne Forgy. Nathan Jamie Hanna. John Hollywood. Jake Sharrett. Ryan Gillen. Ruckus Martinkus. Lauren Alexandra McCord. Aaron William McMinn. Claire Ann Monaghan. Liam McVeigh. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Culinary Arts Management and Diploma in Professional Practice International, Victoria O'Loughlin. Andrew Richardson. Molly Swan. Brona Holly. Victoria Johnston. Jecca Marie de los Santos. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in International Hospitality Management and Diploma in Professional Practice International, Deborah Bates. Jessica Louise Henry. Lauren McCann. Roisin Morgan. Holly Park. Nicola Cassidy. Lauren Chambers. Catherine Ann Marsden. Shoneen McConville. Aoife McGinley. Justin McIntyre. Kelly Serena Scott. J.G. Thomas Young, Lauren Drain, Rachel Sarah Early. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Marketing and Diploma in Professional Practice International, Megan Doris. Aaron Martin. Karen Martin. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Business Studies, Keelan Devlin. Christopher Michael McCann. Elizabeth Jane McCaw. Gavin Thomas Armstrong. Mark Buchanan. Aisling Burns. Timothy Conn. Naomi Doherty. Katrina Veronica Doyle. Shannon Duke. Jessica Ferguson. Ashley Foy. Michael Geddes. Adam Gibson. Rebecca Green. Louise Harron. Karen Hendry. Emma Louise Johnston. David Thomas Lennox. Courtney McGeehan. Laura Jenna Myers. Dermot Gerald McCabe. Amber McConville. Owen McCready. Emma McElmum. Matthew McKay. Sarah Louise McKee. Francesca Patricia McKnight. Kyle William Mercer. Courtney Catherine Elizabeth Moffat. Mary Monaghan. Paula Morgan. Emma Victoria Nelson. Kathleen O'Grady. Louise O'Neill. Liam Thomas O'Reilly. Jenna Parks. Catriona Patterson. Gary Matthew Rankin. Emma Jane Smith. Gary Stranney. Ronan Vincent Trainer. Carolina Anna Burke. Kirsty Mary Campbell. Matthew Ronald Cartnell. Kevin Curtis. Owen Devine. Christine Devlin. Patrick Dignam. Robert John Downey. Keely Dines. Joseph Haughey. Christopher Hunter. Laura Judge. Shannon Kelly. Yasmin Mackin. Ryan McGee. Charlotte Marin. Emma Louise McLinden. Aidan James Patrick McCoy. Bernie McElroy. Adam McKeown. Kina Molina. Rebecca Nicol. Jason Anthony Node. Tiernan Ronan O'Brien. Rachel Robertson. Mark Rosbotham. Carolyn Ruddy. Mark Triton. Eva Anna Wiener. Mary Louise Wolfe. Catherine Wright. Lauren Finlay. Rachel Mary McConville. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Customer Contact Planning and Management, Ruth Heather Mercer. Nicholas Samuel Malum. J. David Jonathan Saxon. Tara Maria Curtis. Charlotte James. Claudine Ann Moss. Claire Louise Templeton. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Human Resource Management, Amy Joy McConville. Chayedza Rania Makandi. Mary Therese Napier. Andrew Neal. Megan McCormick. Laura Wilson. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in International Hospitality Management, Danielle Agnew. Lauren Ashley Kyle. Katie Weir. Stephanie McKeegan. Jared Robert Myers. Christopher Ian Patterson. Gemma Riley. Kerry Ann Smith. Laura Louise Campbell. Ashley Higgins. Jenna Marie Hughes. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Management and Leadership Development, Maria Colligan. Megan Johnston. Carly Louise McAlinden. Oren O'Neill. Benjamin Luke Johnston. Rachel Ann McAllister. Gemma McCaughey. Nicole McErlean. Kerry Ann McGoran. Adam Miles. Shannon Catherine O'Hagan. Samuel Robinson. Shelley Helen Wilson. Niamh Kelly. James Toy. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Management Practice, James Donnelly. Lynn Harton. Maggie Henry. Eleanor Therese Lynham. Sam McElroy. Oren Patrick McGoldrick. Patrick Neil McGrath. Rhonda Louise Agnes Redfern. Colin Ward. Claire Atchison. Laura Carol Dorothy Evans. Stephen Henderson. Carol Ann Moore. David Robert Brown. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Marketing, Jade McAvoy. Aaron McGaughey. Gareth McGeown. Sean Skelton. Jamie Adams. Tara Boyle. James Bradley. Orla Caldwell. Siobhan Carnegie. Daniel Cleary. Fabio Cristiano. Peter James Gibney. Ellen Grimshaw. Hannah Johnston. Patrick Joseph Kerr. Danielle Kinney. Darren McGee. Stephen McCammon, Niall McGarry, Shane McGarry, Erin McGowan, Adam McHugh, James McLaughlin, Connor O'Hanlon, Leanne Pierce, Connor Reid, Stephen Spires, Michael Toland, Rebecca Webb, the Advanced Diploma in Civic Leadership and Community Planning, Catherine Anastasia Rosbotham, Mary Patricia O'Boyle, Sarah Taggart, the Advanced Diploma in Customer Contact Planning and Management, Daljinder Kaur, the Advanced Diploma in Management Practice, Martin Kieran Meenan, Eileen Moore, the Advanced Diploma in Money Advice Practice, Elaine Margaret Clifford, Michael John Donnelly, Bernie Fitzpatrick, Desmond Michael Foley, Joan Ann Foley, Catherine Hennessy, Mary Holohan, Anne Delia Kilbride, Marie Ling, Paula Lowry, Magella Lyons, Anne Teresa Pym, Anne Margaret Spillane, Jackie Mary Sullivan, Anya Traynor, the Advanced Diploma in Social Enterprise, Christine Edgar, Maura McLean, Orla Susanna Watt, Lynn Johnston, Susan Claire McBride, Victoria Marie Tidrington, Michelle Wilson, Denise McNaughton, Geraldine Nelson, the Advanced Diploma in Sustainable Investment for the Third Sector, Barry John Connolly, Jacqueline Corskaden, Elaine Thelma Curry, Mark Farquhar, Nicholas McCrickard, Bernadette Edith McGuinness, Sarah Jean Reynolds, Vincent Reynolds. Alison Lena Slater. Jan Roscoe. The Advanced Certificate in Customer Contact Management, Kimberly Renahan. Vice-Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates from the Ulster University Business School.
Thank you, Professor Durkin, for presenting candidates. I now call upon honorary graduate Dr. Yu to address the congregation on behalf of those who have been presented.
Vice-Chancellor, Professor Adele, Member of the Council and Senate, distinguished guests, graduates and all award recipients. Sisters and brothers, I've been given the distinction day today to give this address on behalf of all who we have received awards today. I am deeply honored to receive this award bestowed upon me by Ulster University of the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws. Being given this award as a recognition of my work to promote human rights and racial equality over the last 2.5 decades in Northern Ireland and Europe, which I refer to the Council of Europe and the European Union. It is a great pleasure to be able to share this day with my wife, Jennifer, my son, Kevin, and my brother, Tony, and his family, and friends, colleagues, and partners who have been working with me in the island of Ireland, UK, and other parts of Europe. Without their support and encouragement, I could not be part of the anti-racism movement in United Nations, Europe, UK, and the island of Ireland. Today is the momentous day for all the graduates sitting in this hall. It is a combination of their hard working and dedication to their study that have pushed them to this point. And they can now look back and reflect on their time at Ulster University with fond memories. On behalf of all the graduates, I would like to extend their gratitude and thanks to the staff at Ulster University and to their family and friends who have all played their part in helping them along the way to gain their degree. The opportunity to study at this high level is not an easy challenge, and it is a privilege to share this stage with every single one of these graduates today. My first graduation took place at university down the road, but I can still vividly remember the occasion. Having been born and raised outside Northern Ireland, your first question may to be asked be, why would you come to Northern Ireland on the backdrop of the Troubles? This was the exact question my friends and family asked when I revealed my intention to read law at Queen's University of Belfast to them in late 1989. Their response was always one of shock about how I was mad to pick Belfast as a place to study, and that there would be bombs and dangers everywhere. In short, I threw cautions to the wind and went up on this emerald ice on the tail end of 1990 with my wife, who was pregnant with our son at the time. Our duration in Belfast was originally meant to only last the length of my studies, but after I had finished up with my legal practice course in Bristol in 1995, my family and I decided to remain. And to this end, my work with ethnic minority community and the wider Northern Irish community began fully. Like many of my fellow ethnic minority who have emigrated to this part of the UK, we have also had to live through the politics and troubles of this landscape. During the troubles, ethnic minorities were one of the only groups who came here to help contribute to various public services, particularly in health, as many took on roles as a GP, consultant, nurse, and other professional services. Many of those working within such higher level of the services in position, such as surgeons and consultants, were more often than not of the Islamic or Hindu background. In contrast, their equally qualified peers of the mainland UK and those in the Republic choose not to come to Northern Ireland to carry out these difficult jobs. On top of this, in a more highly visible surrounding were the well-settled ethnic minority community, such as Indian and Chinese community. Many arrived on this shore from as early as the 30s and 60s and look for entrepreneurial opportunity to business, more notably in the catering industry. Ethnic minority have helped to create local jobs and contribute to a fledgling local economy, and of course, make no mistake towards the darker side of the underground economy by paying racketeering taxes in order to carry out their legitimate business without any trouble. According to the 2011 census, there are a total of 81,453 persons born outside Northern Ireland and UK, with 45,290 from EU, 6,999 from North America and Caribbean, 2,468 from Antarctica and Oceania, and the rest are mostly from the non-white continent, which is estimated around 27,010. We all witnessed the first time in history that inward migration happened in post-Good Friday Agreement Northern Ireland. Firstly, the Filipino and then Indian migrants as a result of an acute shortage of nurses to run our hospital and also our care home since 2000. Then the EU accession country of the former A8 and A2 in 2004. The Polish community suddenly became the largest ethnic group in Northern Ireland, replacing the long-standing Chinese community. In 2009, the Oxford Economics, a think tank, published a report titled Economics, Labour Market and Skill Impact on Migrant Workers in Northern Ireland, which was commissioned by the Department of Employment and Learning. I quote the following two paragraphs to give you a bigger picture of what migrants have brought to this country on multiple fronts. Overall, we find that in recent years, migrant workers in Northern Ireland have made a significant positive contribution to the Northern Ireland economy, filling labour shortage during a golden era period for the economy, when unemployment was at historical low and the majority of non-employed natives were not applying to the work in the jobs migrants were taking, and bringing a stronger work ethics welcomed by the employer. However, despite some challenges along this line, we do not believe that 2008 and 9 recession will lead to the sometimes predicted mass exodus of migrant workers from either Northern Ireland or the United Kingdom. It should be noted that Northern Ireland ought to be proud of the contribution of migrant workers towards our economy, not just in terms of paying taxes, but the variable work they have been done to help build and sustain it. They have worked hard and contributed a lot despite quite a substantial number of migrants working in a low-pay and low-grade jobs, and over half of them are under the zero-hour contract, which has now become the norms in all sectors. This is an exploitative contract which we raised an issue years ago, but no one listened to. Then with the economic downturn, government across UK encouraged job creation despite the evil nature of exploitation. Migrant workers also bring with them cultural, religious, and linguistic diversity to Northern Ireland, which is a landscape of broadly orange and green. Our identity reflects the culture, religion, and language where we are coming from. We bring positively with a rainbow identity to new politics, but sadly, identity is still a tool of division between two communities. Despite the negative impacts of the Brexit, a vast majority of ethnic minorities still see this country as their home. I firmly believe that positive relationship building between communities through a true and meaningful working partnership could heal the understanding of each other amongst all communities, whether it is Catholic or Protestant, ethnic majority and ethnic minority. That is the first step towards our shared future. The graduates sitting in this room today are part of this shared future, and will play a pivotal part in helping to build this. When we look beyond our skin complexion and our culture, we will find that underneath all of us is the same human flesh and blood. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Yu. I now call upon Craig Faulkner, a new graduate in the Ulster University Business School, to propose a vote of thanks.
Hi. Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, family, and friends. I am pleased and privileged to speak to you on behalf of those graduating today. Our degree certificates are a very tangible demonstration of hard work, effort, and dedication. Of course, behind that very rewarding, very special, and eagerly anticipated piece of parchment lies every part of our experience at Ulster University. It's that experience that shapes our future prospects and potential, our studies. The relevance of the knowledge and life skills that we have acquired, the confidence that we have gained, and the firm friendships that we have made. We have managed the challenges of completing our studies with our ambitions firmly fixed on the opportunities that will lie ahead for us as Ulster University graduates. These can include, and in my case, along with many of my own classmates, postgraduate employment in our studied field, and my own hope to conduct postgraduate work within the university as well. Graduating today, it is encouraging to know that Ulster alumni are leading, contributing, inspiring, and influencing far and wide. Through the alumni networks, we can learn from those who have gone before us, and the alumni programs and services on offer enable us to stay connected and supported as we embark upon fresh challenges and opportunities. Ulster University is a place where knowledge is created, generated, shared, and brought to life. We leave here as assured and well-equipped graduates, ready to fulfill our career ambitions. The knowledge and attributes that we have acquired in our time here will in turn shape and influence others in the many and varied paths that each of us today will now choose to take. We remain ambassadors for the university, proud to tell others of the doors that it can open and the possibilities it presents. On behalf of my fellow students today and friends here, I would like to take the opportunity to thank our families and friends who have supported and encouraged us in our university career. Of course, the lecturers and support staff are right at the heart of our time in the university, and we thank them all for their inspiration, understanding, and guidance. So thank you all once again for being part of this very special occasion, a celebration for everyone, not just for those of us graduating, but for all who play a part in harnessing potential and shaping bright futures. Hope you enjoy the rest of us. Thanks.
Now we're bringing the ceremony to a close. This, for you graduates, is the last opportunity to thank those around the room who have supported you over the last number of years, perhaps done your washing for you, perhaps send you some food parcels, bank of mum and dad and all that sort of stuff. And also to demonstrate that you're way rowdier than the rest of them. So I'd like you to put your hands together and thank your family and friends. And with that, I declare this graduation ceremony closed and invite the new graduates to join the academic procession.